Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, a couple of pieces of news. Actually, sort of several pieces all in one. First up, something that's in-game already. You might have seen it, but just to draw your attention to it, we will have the Sylvan Summon Pool starting tomorrow, Monday until Friday. Yeah, this will have Blade Chorister Kaldor in there. He's really interesting. I might actually try to get you guys a showcase recorded today. The test server is still up. I've given him a bit of testing. He's really interesting champion. I found that it's a lot of work to make him work. He's not an easy champion to use, but there is a lot of gameplay there. A couple of quick things to know about him. So on this move, where he can either increase buffs, activate continuous heals, and he gives himself perfect veil and a ton of continuous heals. He also has the option to target an enemy, decrease their buffs, and put out loads of poisons and activate those poisons. Couple of things. Number one, it doesn't fully explode the poisons like an Elenarl or a Xavia. It will just activate one tick, like other activation champions, but it's still extremely strong. However, on auto, do note, if you're looking for him for a poison explosion type of team, from what I could see, he would never, ever use this on auto. He will only cast it on himself. But he brings himself a bunch of continuous heals, which then starts activating his passive, stacking up his damage, giving him crit rate, giving him turn meter. And yeah, then getting him ready to really smack on this, ignoring extra defense. This move absolutely claps. It's a huge single target nuke. So yeah, he's a very interesting champ. Not easy to make him work, though. So it depends, right? If you're looking for just a plug-and-play, full auto champion, this guy is not that. But if you enjoy some manual play and whatnot, then this guy could give you a ton of gameplay on manual and, trying to build some fun and interesting teams. But yeah, that's my short version. He's a lot of work. He can hit really hard, but it's not easy, Whereas let's say like Thor, right? Thor, you just give him gear and you go, Thor, go smack stuff, and Thor, go smack stuff, right? Thor doesn't really need much help. This guy needs a lot of planning. But yeah, there will probably be, I would guess, one free. Let me actually see on the event calendar. If we come over to our library and we look in the events, I don't see. I just see fragments of the fusion. I'm sure though that this Summon Pool, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some of these, whatever, the prism crystals sprinkled throughout some other events. I guess we'll find out. Nothing that stands out right now. Are there any of the Heroes Path? Doesn't say. Let's see. Dragon starts right after. Doesn't say at all, but you never know. Can we even spy any in-game? No, nothing there. So maybe there won't be. If there's usually at least one available for free. I guess we'll see. They could always spring some secret events, but probably worth going for the free one. And there's some very good legendaries as well in Sylvan Watchers, so that could be okay. Like Elva. Firal's crazy good. Glaykid's extremely good. And yeah, Ruark, for example, not really that good, but I tell you, with his passive, he could be a monster for Faction Wars Hard if he wants to load up. But this is phenomenal. So lots of interesting options there. I might drop like $50 on this just for fun and put up a video, and you can see what $50 gets you. Likely a bunch of epics. But I haven't put any money into a Prism event in a long time. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll do it for fun. We'll see. I think we haven't had one for the Shadowkin guy, who I'm more interested in. I think he was in a 15x or something. But I'm much more interested in Tetsuya and the Shadowkin. But we haven't had a Prism event for them. As far as I'm aware. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now, the other piece of news, which has several parts to it. We have some guaranteed events. If you like... Unfortunately, I can't bring up the Lady MIKAGE fusion here. Let me actually try to get the image. Okay, here we go. Found it on Reddit. The Lady MIKAGE fusion. Obviously, I can't see it in-game because I have done it. But several of the champions that you require for this fusion are going to be available. So on Tuesday, Elisanya, guaranteed by the 40th Ancient Shard. On Wednesday, Endalia, guaranteed by the 40th Ancient Shard. So if we hop over here, Elisanya is this one, required for her, and Endalia is this one. I think these are brilliant, really good events. Obviously, if you've got none of the MIKAGE, let me bring up MIKAGE again. If you've got like none of these champs, it's not worth it. But bearing in mind, you only need like the 8 epics to complete this. I mean, if you've got I'd say even if you got like 4 of these epics, it becomes very, very high value to grab this. And it is only ancient shards. I would highly recommend it. Mikage is incredible. Collecting the rares really isn't that bad. It's about can you get these 8 epics. And there's so many epics in the game. Just pulling in a 2x is not great. Now, obviously, if you've got none of them, you might as well wait till you get some to target these guaranteed events, because, you know, you never know. You might end up stuck for, let's say, Delaja, for example, for ages. It depends. But yeah, Elistania was the one I was missing. Is Elistania worth going for 40 Ancients if you're not using her for the fusion? I would say probably not. She's okay, but not great. You know, like she can put out AoE block buffs, but it's not 100%, and she's not 100% chance to remove this either. It goes up to 80, which is poor. I don't see why this would not be 100% chance and 100%, but it's only 80%. This move is good. 4-turn cooldown, a shield, and a small strengthen. Yeah, needless to say, I personally don't think she's worth going for, even if your faction war is hard. What about Endalia? Would she be worth it? AoE decrease attack, and her A1 has a 50% chance to provoke, and she does counter attack, so she can sort of chain provokes a little bit. Honestly, again, I don't personally think that she's worth it. I think there's many, like I would say Neldor, probably honestly Vergis, Ethlan for sure, arguably Andrissia, Skiramis, Tyrell, Royal Guard. You've got a lot of better options, and you know, you should have your Arbiter in there as well, maybe Daliana. I think it's highly unlikely that these epics would be helpful for faction wars hard, is my thought, but if you need them for the Mikage fusion, this is amazing and definitely worth it. Now, we also have got 2 other events. On Tuesday, it will be a progressive event for Tatsu, Aishma, Ulfric, and Delaja. So again, these are all Mikage fusion stuff. So yeah, get the Delaja. Yeah, whatever. Again, the legendaries. Tatsu is bad. There's no question about that. She sadly, she was in Call of the Arbiter, and she looks kind of cool. Sadly, she sucks. She sadly, yeah. Does her sword even fit into that scabbard? Her scabbards look a bit small for the length of the sword. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Who cares? She's pretty poor. You know, she can self-buff a bit if she kills an enemy. She's an AoE decrease resist and sleep. She might be okay for faction wars hard. You know, the AoE sleep, bit of control. But I think she's pretty underwhelming. I feel like there's so many other better options within this faction. And hopefully you'll be getting your Mikage soon with these events. I think it's fairly unlikely that Tatsu would help you very much, is my thoughts. The dwarf is actually a little bit better. Kira, she's okay, actually. So she has ally protection, increased defense on a 3-turn. There's a good few champs do stuff like that, which also puts out decreased attack when an ally is attacked under ally protection. And she's got AoE decreased accuracy and decreased enemy buffs a bit. Again, she's not a spectacular champion, but she's decent. She could actually be kind of helpful for dwarf faction wars. So yeah, I wouldn't mind a second copy of her. That being said, she, by the way, is the next day. On Wednesday, we've got Kira. She's the legendary. And then Lady Quillen, Enda, and Firegun. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, guys. What do you do for this? I think this event may be worth pulling some shards for. 100%. I could not recommend the guaranteed stuff more. Brilliant. Yes, definitely. The 15x for these. Again, if you are missing specific epics, this might be worth going for. It's obviously not as good at all as the 40 guaranteed, because that's guaranteed. This is far more luck-based. But if you've got, I'd say particularly a surplus of ancient shards, they're pretty low-value shards, and collecting the last couple of epics that you need for Lady Mikage, it's definitely worth it. So I would definitely consider going for it. And look, if you get the legendary, it's just sort of a bonus. I would still, if possible, recommend always... it is generally... Oh, sorry, I can't show you the fusion in game. Generally, you're better off collecting the epics and fusing the legendary, because once you fuse Mikage, this is gone. So, you know, I think fusing the 4 epics into the legendary is still worth it. But I probably wouldn't want to delay Mikage too much. I probably want to just get her. But yeah, you might want to save, though. I certainly wouldn't do it right away. Let's say, hypothetically, you get Tatsu, but you're still missing, I don't know, Lady Quillen. I would personally wait at least until Faction Wars Hard goes live, just in case, let's say, Tatsu is needed for like whatever. You need to sleep 20 champions or something. Yeah, you need to sleep 20 champions to 3-star a stage. How are you gonna do it? I mean, you could use, I suppose, a days set. It's kind of awkward. Tatsu might be worth it or something like that. You need to place decreased resistance on the stage or something. Again, maybe there's another option, but it becomes pretty awkward. So I would certainly wait for Faction Wars Hard to go live. And then, look, if you don't need Tatsu, if you don't need the dwarf chick, I can't even remember her name. If you don't need them at all, Kira, if you don't need them, then yeah, just go and fuse your MIKAGE and give up the chance to fuse them. That might be fine. But preferably wait to fuse them because they are legendaries at the end of the day. And even if they're kind of weak, it's still nice to have. But yeah, there you go. That's sort of my thoughts on this. I think these are good events. Obviously, I don't need them. But let me know what you think. Do you need these champions and what is your read of them? I certainly think if you're skipping the fusion, which I think most people seem to be, you will have a bit of a surplus of shards with which to do stuff. For me, I am doing the fusion just for the sake of it, really. So I'm waiting for the Hero's Path event to pull my shards. I skipped the Summon Rush, and I'm waiting for Hero's Path to sort of just maximize the stuff. And yeah, I might skip the final. I don't know. Might skip the Ice Golem tournament. That's probably what I would skip. I don't really care about Ice Golem, so I'll probably skip Ice Golem tournament. But I've skipped Summon Rush, and then I'll have the extra 25 to skip for the Hero's Path. It will be Ice Golem, unless I mess up and forget an event along the way, in which case I'll be good. I'll be covered as well. That's my plan. So there you go. Let me know what you think about all of this, guys. Thank you for watching. I will probably I do a showcase for Mr. Blade Carster and see how he performs. But nobody has him on the live game yet. He's only available in boosted events as a faction unity. There we go. That's everything. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.